Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. This is breaking news, what I'm just about to tell you. And this tells me something, and it should tell you something as well. As you and I understand clearly, we are in a full blown, full on liquidity crisis. That crisis is worse than we even thought it was. Now, how do we know that's true? Well, apparently, here, just read this for yourself. The US Treasury is about to make a move designed to make the bond market more resilient. Understand the wording here, but let's move forward. The first Treasury buyback program in more than 20 years. So, what is this exactly? I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know. So, I had to look this up for myself. This is what it is. Buybacks. Okay, just announced. The U.S. Treasury announced its intention to reintroduce debt buybacks as a tool for supporting liquidity. Okay, liquidity is drying up faster than we thought in the Treasury market. Obviously, this is pervasive, it's everywhere. And to help U.S. Treasuries better achieve debt management objectives. As a fiscal agent, here's the punchline. As a fiscal agent of the United States, the New York Fed will be the one conducting Treasury buyback operations. So what this means is the Federal Reserve, imagine our shock, is buying more debt. It's insane. Now, this is very interesting too. This was a headline from this morning on Market Watch. Extraordinary U.S. government debt may mean prolonged bond market volatility. What they're trying to tell you, Mitch knows what I'm talking about, is a meltdown. So people, just real quick, this just came out. The debt crisis, liquidity crisis was this one and the same, is way worse than you and I even thought it was. And I think you and I understand how bad the situation actually is. But this is incredible. This is freaking incredible. Something they haven't done in 20 years. They're rolling this out because, again, this is so out of control. And it's astonishing. Again, look at, the economy here. It's dead. It's buried. The consumer's going down with it. It's by design. Debt's skyrocketing at its fastest pace we've ever seen. And please don't take my word for this. Look this up for yourself about how this works. The Federal Reserve is going to be buying more debt, or buying back more debt from the Treasury. Liam, thank you. I appreciate it. Love right back at you. Do you see what's going on here? What does this tell you? That this, look at these freaking things, people. Look at this. Exactly what you and I have been talking about. And here it is in our freaking face. I'm laughing and I'm smiling a little bit, but this is dire, man. Wow, that's all I have to say about that. Now, on the economic front, let's move on to that before we talk about it. We have so much stuff here. So, don't take my word for anything. Always look it up for yourself. But this is another headline from Market Watch. Okay, U.S. economy takes a step backward in April. Really? Slowest growth in 4 months. Now, people, you and I have discussed repeatedly what I look at. Now, I want you to start looking at this too. It's called business investment. Business investment is a major leading indicator. Why? Because if businesses aren't investing in themselves, trying to grow, hiring people instead of letting them go by the tens of thousands, with probably what's going to be very soon a hiring freeze, 50% of corporations are going to implement a hiring freeze this year. That's because our economy is so strong. You know that. But again, does this surprise you that the economy has now taken another step down? What have I been warning about all of you? The economy is in free fall. It's going to accelerate. Well, here we go. Don't take my word for it. Well, they're telling you. It's in your face. They're laughing at us. You see, they throw these little things out there. Anyway, now I want to cover something else real quick. We have more stuff to talk about. Why the market did what it did today. What's going on with the debt market? Did you see the dollar today on a relative strength basis? Bam! The Dixie is now below 160, and we got it at 106. And we're going to talk about that. So anyway, the smackdown yesterday that we got with regard to silver and gold. Let me just read this to you. Came out to you. It's in your inbox if you subscribe to my newsletter. So I wrote, so did you sell your precious metals yesterday? Lions and friends, how many of you sold your physical gold and silver yesterday? As I covered earlier today in my morning report, that smackdown yesterday was paper derivatives. No real metals changed hands, not even one single ounce. So with that, how many of you sold your precious metals yesterday? Not even one. Not even one of you, and hundreds of you. I posted this on Twitter. I posted this in my newsletter. I posted it right here on this blog, in my chat room on my website. Please take advantage of that. The chat room is free. I pay for that for all of you, but you get to use it for free. Okay, so take advantage of that. There's some spots open. Every once in a while, I have to open more spots, but there is spots open now. So get yours now. Okay, honestly. But it's, just look at what this is. Just another scam, as I told you. It's a paper market. It's not real. No real metal changed hands whatsoever. Now, with regard to this market, the miraculous turnaround yesterday. Remember the volatility from yesterday? We got green on the screen right out of the hole soon as the market opened. Reverse, turn lower. Then the European Central Bank came out saying that there will be multiple rate cuts this year. All of a sudden, 10-year yield drops, dollar falls, stock market got a bit higher. That played out to today as well. So I want to read this to you as well. Also in your inbox, look, I consider my newsletter gold. It's free. It's 100% free to every single one of you. I send things out all day. So you really want to stay ahead of the curve. You want to have that edge. Subscribe to my newsletter. I mean, I don't ask for nothing. Just it's free. Anyway, so more easy money. Really count on it. Lions and friends, yesterday's announcement by the European Central Bank that they are prepared to make multiple rate cuts this year had a profound effect on the market, like we just said. Just following that announcement, as you know, bond yields tick lower, the dollar relative strength dropped, and this in turn sent stocks higher. Today, that ripple effect continues with, again, 10-year yield coming down a little bit, the dollar on a relative strength basis coming down as well. And at the end, I say, all this freak show of a market, which we don't have one, wants is more easy money, and it's going to get it. And again, look, it's astonishing to see. Timothy, thank you. Thank you so much. So anyway, going back to this, people. So the debt situation here is so dire that the Treasury is now going to do something it hasn't done in over 20 years. That predates the financial crisis where the Fed got in here with quantitative easing 1, quantitative easing 2. You realize this too. The Fed has never stopped suppressing rates. To keep rates low, the Fed in this case, or any central bank, has to get into the market. They can't just say it. They can't wave a magic wand or whatever they do. Okay, they have to make the cash out of nothing and get in here and buy the debt. Now, let me ask you something while we're on that topic. Being that this buyback issue, this buyback tool, they're calling it a tool is going to be implemented here with the New York Fed, again, where did I put that? With the New York Fed buying the debt, where the heck did I put here? With the New York Fed now buying the debt here, where does the cash come from? Where does the cash to buy back the debt come from? Jeffrey knows what I'm about to say. It comes from the Fed out of nothing, and this is massively inflationary. You can't have your cake and eat it too here. Okay, they're gonna print, they're gonna buy more debt back, unprecedented here. We have a full-blown liquidity crisis. You all know that. This is going to get much, much worse, much, much worse. The debt situation here cannot be stopped. That means the global inflationary situation can't be stopped, which means you're going to continue to buy gold and silver. When you see a smackdown like yesterday, you know the Cheshire cat, that smile, that's what you should do, okay? Because by buying those dips there, okay, you are betting against the debt. You are becoming your own central bank. People, let me just say this. I've been saying that for over 10 years. If you look at every single thing I've said in the last 10 years, though, that I think was the best thing I have ever come up with in the history probably of my financial career and life, betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank. I mean, does that make sense to you? It should, because this global debt situation, again, going back to the Treasury now, the buybacks with the Fed buying more debt, is much worse than you and I even know it is. We're going to face a locking up of the system, a full-blown liquidity crisis, which means everything locks up. Credit stops flowing, which means transactions stop. You can't go to the store to use your debit card. You can't use your credit cards. You can't transact at all. It's done. It's over. You understand? And that was the issue last time. What people don't know, because they're not allowed to know, is the meltdown of '08 wasn't about the stock market. Yes, the stock market got cut in half. The Dow Jones Industrial Average from 12,000 to 6,000. It was miserable. Everybody got destroyed, even me. I wasn't smart enough back then. I didn't know what I know now. Fact. I've told all of you, I lost everything back then. I had to rebuild it. Anyway, because I did what most of you do. Trust some imbecile to manage my money. Imagine that. Really. And they get a percentage no matter what happens. Forget about it. If you follow this blog, you could run circles around probably every freaking money manager on the face of the earth. But besides that here, people, I totally lost freaking track of what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So the meltdown of '08 wasn't about the stock market. It was about the credit. It was about a credit freeze, which was happening. Business lending was stopping. Banks were not lending. If they would have let that go on another, maybe even 24 hours, debit cards would have stopped working. No cash available in your bank account. What did they do? Congress knew what was going on. They called in Ben Bernanke, the man who has now become some kind of a man god. He saved the whole world. You know that, right? Even though he brought the world to the brink of financial extinction here and wiped out millions and tens of millions of people. Okay. People got kicked out into the streets. It was contained. You remember those words? Now he gets paid $1 million per speech. Imagine my shock on that one here in this twisted world here. But when our loving, caring representatives got together with this guy and said, his words, quote, "We won't have an economy unless we start pumping." Look up these words. I'm not making this up. We won't have an economy if we don't start pumping billions and billions of dollars into the system here to free up the credit markets. That's what it was all about, okay? Everyone goes, "The stock market crashed in 2008. Lovely. Okay, it was the credit markets that were freezing up. And I'm telling you right here and right now, extraordinary debt. Freaking now the Treasury with buybacks here. The Fed's buying more debt. They have no choice because, again, this is a selection year. They're going to prop this up for the rest of the selection year. Next year, 2025, like this year, what did we do? We said at the end of last year that we were going to see mass layoffs. Bing, 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 bing. How about we got that right? We were going to see war vastly expand. How about we got that right too? And we also said the stock market was going to hit record. Bingo, yet again, we got that right too. And I'm telling you right now, 2025, look out, because it ain't going to be pretty in my view. Mitch knows exactly what I'm talking about. People, look, I'm getting pretty fired up here. You're trying to tell me I can only get 371 thumbs up right now out of 1,412 people here? That's just repulsive in my view. Please help me out here, people. Please give me a thumbs up. I need you. We need you. This is a family that we've created. You want people to hear this stuff, you need to give the video a thumbs up. You need to share this. Let the algorithms will only pick up the video if they see a large amount of thumbs up to views. Okay? So it's up to you. You want to make a difference in the world, share this stuff. Get it out there. That's the only thing I want to be known for. Let me tell you something. Money is fine and everything else is beautiful. But I want to be, when I leave this world one day, like all of us are going to, okay? No one here gets out alive. Jim Morrison, okay? A little shout out there. I want to be known as a guy who at least tried to make a positive difference in the world. That's all I want. That's all I want. Anyway, I'm counting on you guys and girls. Did I cover something here that you think people need to know? Well, let's do this, man. Let's do it. All right, people here. We're gonna kind of get out of here. Is there anything else that you guys and girls want to talk about before we get out of here? I mean, it's economy getting worse. No business investment in the negative here. Extraordinary government debt. Buybacks by the Federal Reserve. The Treasury doing something it hasn't done in 20 freaking years. It's amazing. 20 years. Make it up. Anyway, people, look. We're on target here, okay? You and me. We're doing the right things here, getting ourselves in the right places here. Not just financially, okay? From every angle. Every freaking angle, mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. We got each other's backs always. We never let each other's down always. Okay. This is a family that we've created here. This is huge. This is worldwide. I wish it was bigger, but we're working on that too, honestly. Copo status, got the blower. I had to replace the blower. And it's not yet to be worked on. I will give you a status report on that. So right now everything's kind of just in a flux, but I got the parts I need to fix the car. Next step, working on it. No Copo racing, I wish. All right, people, look, we're out of here. I am out of here. And please comment. I want to hear from you. No, although none of this surprises you, even what the Treasury is doing here, because we expect them to do things that we can't believe. The big show, more war spending. We're going to expand this thing into oblivion here. You know that. And they're bankrupting all of us here. There's nothing left. Let me just say this too. The United States of America has completely collapsed. What we have now has yet to be defined. This is not the United States of America. The world today has been taken over by central banks. We are living under their rules. We are being forced to play by their rules. We are being forced to participate in their system. Okay? We are not free. We are not free to do nothing. We're free to be slaves to their system. Okay? Once you get hip to that, well, I think you'll be a lot better off. All right, people, look, this guy, yes, homeless is skyrocketing, even out here, okay, where I live, people, I ain't going to sugarcoat this. It's an upscale place. You drive a few blocks away, there's homeless people on the corners. It's a terrible thing. It really, really is. Anyway, people, look, this is it. I'm going to let you all go. I will see you all in the morning. Thank you for those thumbs up here. Armando, I appreciate it. We're all being shadow banned, dude. I'm surprised I'm still out here. Look, I literally sling truth bombs across the board. I show you where to look. While the mainstream media, you turn on CNBC and Bloomberg, it's deception, it's distraction, it's look over here. Me, I go right for it. I'm like a freaking pit bull. You understand? And or like Robin Hood with the black arrow, whose verdict is final. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Errol Flynn. Awesome. You have some spare time today? Watch that. All right. It's great. It's great stuff. It's an old movie. All right. This guy here loves you a lot, people. I mean that from the heart. I thank you for your friendship, for your support, for your thumbs up, for your comments, and everything else here. As I said, I consider every single one of you a member of my family. That's the truth. We got each other's backs always. Right, Bill? Thank you. All right, everyone. Love you a lot. I'll see you in the morning. Until that time, take care of yourselves and please take care of each other. All right? See ya.